Hey guys, welcome back to the main event. I'm Daniel, and yeah, tonight we're in WCW for Halloween Havoc 1994. The Cage, Revenge. That's literally the tagline. Two fragmented sentences there. There is a cage. I'm not sure what the revenge was exactly. I guess they fucked his knee up a little bit, but it wasn't really Flair for the most part. Now we'll get to it. Anyways. So this is October 23rd, 1994. We're at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. And the, 14,000, I believe. And anyways, the main event, it is special guest referee Mr. T. And the loser must retire. It is a steel cage match for the world title. It's Ric Flair with Sherri in his corner going up against Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart. In fact, Jimmy Hart comes out. Initially, there's also Brother Brutai. But he disappears. I don't know where he goes. He just kind of wanders back. I think he walked out there for moral support and then walked away. I wonder if we'll see him again. I don't know. Anyways, so this match, wow. I mean, start off the cage. I will say, the one thing, I was initially going to take some points off, but I didn't in the end, was Mr. T as the referee. I mean, initially it makes no sense anyways. I mean, let's be realistic here. It makes sense, I guess, as far as, like, from a realistic standpoint, or I guess from the, from a shoot, or whatever, they're trying to get some money. It's added star power, even though he does get quite a bit of booze on the way out there. It is a top line name, However, it's like, these are two men, like two icons' careers on the line. Do you really want to give this someone like Mr. T? Like, that's it put in his hands? I don't know. It just seems kind of odd that, like, they chose Mr. T, who, sure, he was like a big-time bouncer or whatever, but he's also an actor, a Hollywood actor, with very limited in-ring whatever. So it just seems like, I don't know, do we really give it to Mr. T as, like, anyways. But in this match, like every other WCW, NWA cage match or street fight, whenever a wrestler's breaking the rules, referee's always getting in there and, like, breaking it up, right? Like, always. Like, we just did the street fight on a Mid-Card Mania, and, like, someone's choking out somebody with, like, some tape, wrist tape. And the referee's like, you quit that! And they're counting them out. I'm like, really? It's no DQ, buddy. What are we doing here? There's been numerous cage matches that I've covered on this show where, yeah, the referee's, like, they'll be choking him in the ropes, and the referee's like, nah, you can't be doing that. It's like, dude, fuck off. It's a no DQ match. And this is no exception. Hogan, right off the bat, goes heel, goes right to the eyes of Flair, and starts choking Flair out with the Hogan t-shirt. And T steps in there, shoves Hogan back. And of course, I was thinking to myself, well, shit, there's no DQ. But then it was like, it makes sense here because T is not like an actual official. He's a special guest referee with very limited wrestling know-how or knowledge or whatever. And I'm not trying to knock the guy. Like I said, I stood up for him at WrestleMania 1. I'll still stand up for him. And I'll stand up for him here. I mean, it makes sense, sort of, that he would, in his mind, I guess he wants to see a clean fight inside of a steel cage. But it is what it is. Hogan beats the snot out of Flair for the most part. Flair doesn't get as much offense on Hogan as I thought he would in this one. At one point, Sherri tries to... Or no, sorry. Before that, it's Hogan and Flair... And T gets in the way. Once again, T is getting in everybody's face. He's shoving them and everything. Every time they try to use a weapon, or not a weapon, but I guess the T-shirt to choke, like, he's just not having any of that. Like, this is T's house right here. But at one point, he gets in the way. He ends up getting taken down. I forget who knocked him over. Is it Hogan or Flair? But he goes down. Well, Flair takes advantage of that and takes Hogan out. But then he goes over and starts stomping away on Mr. T. Where I was like, what the hell? Like, I've done that before, like, on video games, like when there's a special guest referee, or even a regular referee before they got gay and decided to DQ you for hitting the referee more than 2 times. I'm like, he's unconscious, he can't make that call. Anyways, but yeah, he starts stomping away on T, and I was like, what the hell? And then Sherri tries to get inside the ring. And of course, Jimmy Hart pulls her back. And of course, as he's trying to, trying to pull her back, but then she ends up like swatting him away. And then she goes back up, and then out comes Sting, and Sting goes up, fucking first he disrobes her accidentally or whatever. It's Sherri; she's always getting shown her ass, pulls off her dress part of her outfit, and then he goes up there and grabs her by the hair and like brings her back down, and throws her over his shoulder. And of course, as he's about to head back to the back, out from underneath the ring comes the Masked Man, and Masked Man who apparently has been making life difficult for Sting and Hogan, especially Hogan, for the past couple months now. And no one knows who the Masked Man is at all. So this is a shock to everybody. He comes out and he just blasts Sting with this pipe, bro. Like, he blasts the shit out of him. I was like, wow, are you even pulling back on that a little bit? No, he's just letting him have it. Beats the hell out of Sting. Jimmy Hart comes over. He beats the hell out of Jimmy Hart. Sherri goes back up and over, and she ends up jumping on top of Hogan. Of course, Hogan doesn't feel it. He just kind of like, what the hell, turns around. But of course, that's enough for Flair to, take him down. We get Flair and Sherri double teaming Hogan, and here's where a ridiculous part happens. So Hogan kind of fights back, clotheslines Flair, turns around and like clotheslines Sherri as well, and she gets right back up. Like, almost no-sells this thing. Now she pops up for the next move, but still yet, I was like, if you're a non-wrestler or a female, and I know this will come off as sexist, but I don't care. It is what it is. You get clotheslined by Hogan, you stay down. That's all there is to it. Like, literally, she pops right back up, and I'm like, oh my god, Hogan made it look like a bitch. So he's beating the shit out of them, but eventually the number game picks up on him, and then Masked Man climbs up, and I think he'll get in the ring and, mix it up, but he just like dangles the metal pole he's using, the lead pipe, and then they just ram his head into that. It works. And Hogan goes down. And of course, there's no referee. At this point, they've already Mr. T handcuffed him to the bottom rope, but he's down. He can't even recover to make the pin. Eventually, Hogan, hulks up, takes out Sherri, takes out Flair. Big boot, leg drop, drags him over to T, wakes T up, T makes the 3 count, 1, 2, 3, Hogan wins. And we get a insane celebration in the ring from Hogan. Once again, these celebrations are not the same without Real American playing, but whatever. We get the generic, he's an American man playing. Of course, he's celebrating with T on the inside. He goes outside. Muhammad Ali's out there because he had some kind of thing there that night for some kind of charity thing. So he's in the ring and he's doing his thing, the thing he does. And out comes the Masked Man again. But he waits for fucking ever. Because I guess he's waiting for Hogan to turn around. He's like, I want you to see me. I don't want you to see who's underneath the mask. I just want you to see me hit you with the pipe. Retarded. You could have just hit him right in the back of the head with the pipe, take him down, over. But he's going to wait. So Hogan turns around, blocks the pipe, starts beating the hell out of the Masked Man, and then decides to rip the mask off. And when he does, he doesn't even look to see who it is. He rips the mask off. He's just like, I did it. He turns his back to him. I did it. That's who it is. That guy right there. Let's turn around together and see who it is. And the whole time, it's Brother Brutai. It's Brother Brutai. He turns around, sees it, and then, of course, Hogan gets all sad. Best friend betrayed him. And then, of course, out comes Kevin Sullivan. And it is learned that, revealed, I guess, that Brother Brutai has been teaming up with Kevin Sullivan. And out comes the wrestler formerly known as Earthquake. And the three start, triple teaming up on Hogan. Throughout this entire triple team, they subtly tried to reveal the names of Earthquake, and I guess the new name that will go to Brother Brutai. And by subtle, I mean they just say it like a million times, because the entire time that Earthquake's in there, they're like, this avalanche of a man. This avalanche of a man. An avalanche is not really it's more like, things falling down. No. That doesn't quite fit this guy. You would never say an earthquake of a man, because that wouldn't make sense. He can cause earthquakes. I'll go for that. This guy can cause avalanches. I'll go for that. But you can't just say an avalanche of a man. But they do. The entire time they're just like, it's an avalanche of a man. So guess what? His name wound up being Avalanche. And then the whole time they're talking about Brother Brutai, Heenan's just like, well, he's a butcher. He just butchered this friendship. He's a He says it like 10 times. And guess what? His name winds up being The Butcher. So there you go. Yeah, they're awesome, WCW. Anyway, so Butcher, or I guess, yeah, I'm sure it's Butcher now. I'm not sure when he actually switches from Brother Brutai to Butcher, but I'm sure it's pretty close. The Butcher, Kevin Sullivan, and Avalanche are just beating the shit out of Hogan. Out comes Sting to make the save, and then boom, they flee. So yeah, that was that right there. So one thing about this match, I liked it. I mean, it wasn't nearly as good as their Bash at the Beach brawl match, but no, it was still good. I mean, it hit all the marks. It was made to be more epic. I mean, you had a cage. It was career versus career. Ric Flair career ended. We never saw him again. I don't know what Flair's up to now. Yeah, that's been a long time ago. 94. Been out of action since 94. Retired with grace. Saved up all his money. Doing good right here. So, just financially well and resting in Charlotte, North Carolina. Never heard from Flair again. Insane. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, the match itself was good. I liked it. I know it's funny, because as you guys know, as I say it almost every episode, but you never know who's new to the show, so I always repeat myself. I didn't watch WCW at this point. I didn't start watching WCW until like 96 when the NWO showed up. And even then, I mean, it was a few months in after the NWO showed up, so I mean, But regardless, so I didn't watch any of this. And so anything I know about WCW prior to that was from magazines or books or internet or, whatever. So everybody shits on this angle right here with Brother Brutai being the masked man. And I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, I think that's a pretty decent reveal. I mean, Hogan just went through hell. I mean, in this match, I mean, it was overbooked, sure. I mean, everybody, it was a big thing. I mean, it was the end of an era. Somebody was going to retire. Yeah, why not throw everything at the wall and see what sticks? I like the extra interference from Sherri and Sting and the Masked Man, and Mr. T getting involved. I mean, I just thought it was fun to watch. I thought it was a really good match. Once again, I mean, Hogan's still in good shape at this point. Flair, top form. Yeah, top form, but decent form. It was all good. Like I said, it just for the most part, it just didn't. To me, it didn't feel quite as epic as it should have been, especially compared to their Bash at the Beach match. But still, yeah, good match. And then we get the little bonus at the end with Brother Brutai being revealed to be the Masked Man. And like I said, I was okay with that. I mean, Beefcake gets a lot of hate. Like, I defend like Luger and Hogan on a regular basis. And yeah, I'm going to defend Brother Brutai as well. Brutus Beefcake, because I was a fan. I was a fan of his back in the day. As Brutus Beefcake, I didn't really give a shit about. I didn't even notice him as disciple until after the fact. But yeah, everybody else, I just whatever. And I don't know about the 30 gimmick changes he's had since then. That may get a little ridiculous. I'll comment on that as we get closer to those. But as far as Brother Brutai becoming the Butcher, I'm okay with that. Like I said, this turned out pretty well, I think. Yeah, good way to end the show. Nice debut for the Avalanche. Once again, this is 94, so I mean, no one's really past their prime yet. You can make all the jokes you want about Earthquake. I thought he still looked good in there. I really did. And then, Kevin Sullivan. Did he ever really have a prime? I'm joking, Kevin. I love you. But yeah, no, overall, I'm giving this match a thumbs up. I liked it. I thought it was good. So yeah, guys, let me know what you thought of the Hogan Flair cage match. And let me know what you thought about Brother Brutai being revealed as the Masked Man at the end. Let me know about all your feelings about this match in the comment section down below. And guys, that's all I got for tonight. Tune in tomorrow night. We go back to WWF for Survivor Series 1994. It's going to get spooky. Alright, that's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time.